The Rainbow Bridge by Donna Ashworth. There's a place in the sky where the animals live. It's a wonderful place indeed. There's no malice, no envy, no hate in their hearts, just creatures of every creed. It's the place they ascend to when time has run out, full of wide open spaces to run. There's unlimited food, no shortage of toys, and the aim of the day is just fun. And while there's no question this place is divine, there's a hole in your world, this I know. But think of your baby, so happy, so free. Be kind enough to let them go. I'm Dr. Sandi, the grief specialist with Hanson Mortuary and Cemeteries here in Phoenix, Arizona. Losing a pet for many people is one of the biggest losses they have in their entire life. Certainly equal many times to losing a family member, because for many of us, our pets are our family, whether it's a dog or a cat or a hamster or a bunny. Our animals are family. And when they get older and they're ill and we take care of them and then sometimes they die, it's a major loss. For some people, the loss of a pet is harder for them than loss of a family member. And then they feel a little puzzled about that. They sometimes say, I didn't cry this much when my parent died. Well, it's possible you had a different relationship with your parent than you did your dog. Well, as you can see by my shirt, I am a dog lover, and I've had lots of dogs. But my first dog was named Bunny, and he was my heart dog. For 16 years, it was us. And when he died, I was devastated. I couldn't imagine even getting another dog. I would walk around the neighborhood with his leash without him. And people would say, where's your dog? Where is Bunny? Because I didn't even know the people's names. I just knew the name of their dog and they knew the name of my dog. So what do you do when your favorite pet dies? Your baby. Well, first, let yourself have all the feelings that come up with any major loss. And that may mean crying, and that may mean screaming, and that may mean letting people know that this is happening for you. It may mean that you have a pet funeral. Your pet may be buried or cremated. We have a beautiful pet cemetery up at Desert Hills. It's called The Bridge. And we have both burial options as well as several places that you can place the cremated remains of your beloved pet. But in the meantime, the emotional part of that, there will be people who understand right away. They're your people. There'll be people that don't get it. They'll say, it's only a rabbit. It's only a cat. Stay away from those people for right now. But what can you do for yourself to help you heal? Well, I've already said one. Let yourself feel all the feelings that go with it. The other thing you can do is to take really, really, really good care of yourself, as you would with any other type of grief or loss. So get plenty of rest. Spend some time out in nature. Find ways to channel your feelings in healthy ways. One way you can do that is by writing. So I've got a journal here. And keeping a journal, well, I love to journal anyway, and journaling helps me understand things. It helps me process things. It records what was going on with me at any given place and time. And it can be especially helpful when you're processing grief. So here's some things to consider when you're thinking about your pet and how you miss them. And these are some things that you might write about. What's the funniest thing that your pet ever did? It may not have been funny at the time. It may have been quite a mess and destructive, but looking back on it, it's funny. A lot of things are like that, you know. Another thing is, what's a favorite memory that you have that you shared with your precious animal? Was it a trip? Was it an adventure? Was it just snuggling under the covers? Maybe they had a favorite snack and you shared that with them, or more likely they shared it with you. What's a funny thing that you're going to miss most about your sweet animal? And what's one thing that you're not going to miss? We don't talk about that often, but sometimes when animals are ill or they require a lot of care, and some of that care is very expensive and very emotionally expensive. There are things with some of my animals, I love them unconditionally, but there are things I don't miss, and maybe even I'm a little relieved not to be dealing with them. The most embarrassing thing your animal ever did? Oh, that's a long list. And usually they're funny. Not always at the time, but later, like the crazy things they did. They can be funny after the fact. What's the worst thing they ever did? Oh my goodness, I remember an animal, one of my favorite animals, nibbled on my ear and was able to swallow a diamond earring. That was not happy. It wasn't happy for a few days later either when I was looking for it. I'll leave that for your imagination. What was the favorite thing you did together? Probably more than one. But this is a way of when you're reflecting on the life of your sweet pet, what are the qualities that they brought to your life that you would have missed out on without them? And they would have missed out on them without you too. We love our animals, that's for sure, and it's that unconditional love that they give to us that is priceless for sure. The other thing that I think is kind of helpful, and a lot of you have done this, I bet, is you have a paw print. So you have a paw print with your special little animal, maybe with their name on it. Maybe it's a paperweight, but maybe it sits on an altar. I have a whole shelf in my bedroom of my dogs. Another one that I like this idea is to take their bowl, put their collar on it, and then you could create just a dish for your keys or whatever, or make a planter out of it. Got the little dog tag on it. I've collected dog tags that were both mine and from my mom's dogs. And like I said, I've had a lot of dogs. This weekend I'm getting my 90th foster dog. Yeah, you heard that right, 90. That's a lot of dogs. And of those 90 dogs, probably 10 of them have stayed with me till the end of their life. They were old or they were ill when I got them. They were hospice dogs. So I have a lot of collars at my house and old dog tags. And I have a special little tree that I put up at Christmas, this big. All it's on it are dog tags, rabies tags, little name tags. It's my special dog tree, and I do that every year. The other thing is put pictures up. I've got a picture of, this is my heart dog Bunny, his paw print, and a little piece of his hair. So you can create a memorial for your dog. Some people do pages on Facebook, all kinds of things you can do. But honor this loss. Don't skimp over it. Don't minimize it. Some people will say, are you going to get another dog or cat or gerbil or whatever it is? Maybe, maybe not. I meet a lot of people who say, no, I can't do that again. It hurt too much. I can't go through this again. Usually they do. It just takes them a little more time, maybe a month or two or longer. For me, it was 9 months before I entered into the foster dog program. That was kind of long, but for some people, it's a lot sooner. You know you better than anybody, but whenever you do make that decision to do another animal, you're not replacing the first one. This is a new animal, this is a new friend, and this is a new relationship. So kind of keep that in mind. Grief is very real, whether it's pet loss grief or family or friend. Grief is very, very real. So I want to share with you a quote that I found about dogs, because I'm a dog person, but it could be any animal. Dogs die, but dogs live too. Right up until they die, they live. They live brave, beautiful lives. They protect their families and they love us and they make our lives a little brighter. And they don't waste a time being afraid of tomorrow. From a book called The Honest Truth. May we live as bravely and beautifully and love with the wild abandon and freedom that our animals do as we honor them in death as we do in life. I'm Dr. Sandi, the grief specialist with Hanson Mortuary, and we're here when you need us. Thank you.